What up, you guys? Slim here again. Here to do another card discussion. We got a fish match going on over here. He did get the OTK off. We're trying to see if it goes off or not. But back to the card discussion. This is from Tor Between 2 World 6. Shout out to you. This is on Dark Bribe, you guys. A lot of people have been wondering, how good is Dark Bribe, right now in this format? And it's kind of a loaded question because there's so many ways to negate stuff. There's 7 tools of the bandit. There's a lot of different things, and Dark Bribe is okay. A lot of people like Dark Bribe because you don't have to pay life points. The only thing that I see as a downfall to Dark Bribe is that you are giving your opponent a +1. They are getting to draw a card, and sometimes that's not as good as people think. Like back when Dark Bribe first came out and people didn't know it came out as a video game promo, it was really expensive. It was like $30–40 a piece. And since then it's been reprinted in some starter decks, which is amazing to have a common Dark Bribe. And some people do use it, like when they run a stun deck or they run just a deck that, relies on negating stuff. I've seen some GBs use it, but they don't use it anymore. Like I said, it's one of those cards that can negate stuff, which is really cool. It negates warning with ease. You don't pay life points to negate, but your opponent does draw. See, that's the only thing that makes me a little shaky is that when your opponent gets to draw, they get more of what they need off of you. That's the only thing is I don't like my opponent plussing off a card that I use to negate something they use. So that's how I feel about Dark Bribe. I wouldn't say it's a bad card to just say, it needs to be used properly and maybe not used in 3s. Some people like 3. I think 3 is way too many. I think maybe 1 or 2. And you can tech it in as 1 because a lot of people don't expect Dark Bribe, so it really does make a difference when you're playing someone who's spell or trap heavy. So that's all I gotta say about Dark Bribe, you guys. I really like the card. I think it may come back into play a little more depending on next format. If Heavy Storm does come back, people will be using Dark Bribe to protect their back rows, to negate certain spells and stuff. I mean, for now, it doesn't see a lot of play, but it's still good. That's all I gotta really say about Dark Bribe, you guys. Try it out. Let me know what you guys think. Does it work for you guys, or do you have a problem with it? Do you like giving your opponent a free draw? Because I personally don't. I think your opponent getting a draw is really bad. But I mean, what the plus side is that you don't have to pay life points like you do with Solemn Judgment or 7 tools. So that's all I gotta say, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Give me some feedback, send me more ideas. Please continue to comment, rate, and subscribe. Thumbs up things. Please thumbs up, you guys. And thank you for watching.